Hello survivors, hi family and friends, this is Roy from Bootsy Sweetheart's Guide to Life and Other Disappointing Experiences, asking you, have you ever had a change of heart? Well, today's video is all about a crochet heart, where I had a change of pattern. I tweaked a standard small heart crochet pattern so that it's more useful for me to embellish handbags, journals, garments, and more. Stay with me. Thank you. The pattern and directions for this heart, crochet heart, has been around for a long time. There are a couple of videos and places on the web where you can find this pattern. I made some changes though. First, let me show you one thing. If you see, this heart has sort of a rounded, you see these have sort of rounded ends to them. I like these with little points just for drama. I don't know, they just remind me more of a heart. So I made a change down here. And the second change I made is the directions call for a magic ring in the center here. I've chosen not to use the magic ring, and I'll explain that in a second. And then these are, by the way, these two are the same yarn, just different size hooks. And I tend to crochet tightly, so this came out much smaller than I even expected. And this is a different weight yarn. We're going to be using this pink, white, red yarn so you can see some of the stitching. This here is embroidery floss. So you'll find you can use this heart for a lot of things. So let's get started. Again, I'm starting with a weight 4, regular acrylic. This is one of the bargain yarns. I start out like every other crochet heart, well, not every one, but this one in particular, with a slip knot. Now, this is where they use, in the original directions, they use the magic ring. I don't always use magic rings, and I'm not 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm chaining 4. I'm not tightening the center, and that's the purpose of the magic ring, just in case I decide I'm going to use a button or a bead in it. So I'm only chaining 4. You may need to chain 5, maybe even 6 if you find that the hole is not big enough in the center. You see, I find that pretty generous for what I'm going to do. Now I'm chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. And it's very simple. It's one round of stitches. The first 3 stitches are triple crochets. Now, here's 1. So that's yarn over twice, into the center, pull up a loop. Now we have our 4 loops. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. I've got this all stringing on the side here. So that's chain 3, 1 triple crochet, 2 triple crochets, yarn over twice, into the center, 3 triple crochets. Simple. Now it's another set of 3, but these are double crochets. Now you see how I can slide this, I don't know if you can see that, slide it on the circle. 3 double crochets, yarn over only once, bring up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over once, pull up a loop, pull through two, pull through two, yarn over once, pull through two, pull through two. What I neglected to mention is I like to have a long beginning tail, and you'll see why in the end. So we have now a chain three, 3 treble crochets, 3 double crochets. Now we're getting to where I changed the pattern again. It's chain one. You see the one side of the heart starting to form? It's upside down, but you can see that. Now I chained the one. I'm going to do a treble crochet, yarn over. Let me do that again. Slow down. Well, I'm going to do a treble crochet, yarn over twice, go into the circle, pull up a loop, 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now, here's where I make the change. If you see, as you see, there are 2 loops here. One is from the old chain that we made, and one is the top of the treble crochet. I want to save this spot so you can see what happens. I had a stitch marker, I can't find it. Okay, so let me put this needle in here so you can see those 2 stitches. I just put it right through those 2 stitches. Now, the original directions call for you to pull the yarn through. You see, can you see those? Oops, you see those 2 stitches. Then to chain 1 and then start your way back. But I don't do that because I like that little nibby thingy at the end. So I add a second chain, and it's sort of like a little picot. And I go back into those 2 loops. And I pull through, oops, let me show you that again. It's probably better that I repeat that because this is the tricky part. Oop, and I found my stitch marker, so let me do that again. So let me repeat. Here's the original chain 3. Here are the 3 treble crochets, 1, 2, 3. Here are the 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then there's that chain 1. Now here's where the treble crochet comes to make the point. Yarn over twice, go through the center of the circle, 4 loops, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now there are those 2 stitches, the 2 loops. I'm going to put the stitch marker in, if I can pick it up. Put the stitch marker in just to show you where to finish the little picot. Now I'm finishing that top. Pull the yarn through the last 2. Chain 1, chain 2, make a picot going into that space where the 2 loops are, and that means pulling the yarn through as if to make a slip stitch. Now we have a little picot at the end, and that comes in handy too if you want to add a bead. This maybe in another video I'll do that. Now one more, you see now it's all loose here. You want to make a chain to tighten that up and loosen it up, tighten it up. Now we go backwards, exactly the same. 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Now I have a pattern. I wrote the directions down, and I have a free download, PDF download, which I'll put the link in this description below, so you can download it and have the simple directions. I'm getting a little better at that. You start to see it now. We have the 3 double crochets, 3 treble crochets, oops, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, treble crochet, 1, pull through 2. You can see how tightly I crochet. That's just the nature of the beast here. Now, we started with chain 3, if you remember. We're going to end with chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to slip stitch into the center. So go around. You see that? I'm having trouble focusing here. There we go. Go around. Pull that through. And I want to get the thread, I want to get the yarn to the back. So I'm going to do another slip stitch. So that's 2 slip stitches. Cut the yarn. I'm leaving a little bit of a space there. Tighten that up. Now see that how that pulls this tail to the back. And then what we do, because I don't have a magic circle, magic ring, I have a hole here. And I always like that there to put either a button or a bead if you want to. If you don't want to and you don't like that space there, what I do is get a darning needle and feed the yarn of the 2 ends through the loops that go around the circle. And this one will go in 1/2 of the circle. Pull that through. You see how that goes? Making sense? Oops. And the other end will go through the other side of the loops that go around the center. Try to get them as close to each other as you can. Now, because I did it that way, I can actually close up. See how the hole is closing up? Just keep pulling the 2 remaining ends through, and then because I use these for crafting more than anything, generally I don't need to weave in the ends. So I tie a knot, tighten up that center hole, double tie, and I'll put a tiny dab of seam sealer or glue on that knot so it doesn't come off. Let's see. Now I can cut this a little bit short because I'll be using these hearts. I'm going to probably use on a fabric covered box as decorations. Now look at how nice that turned out. Oops, is that clear enough? I think so. See if I can hold it up, turn the focus back on. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Pretty. And they come in handy for a lot of things. So that's how I do that. Heart. I have a quick little method for this one, a quick little demonstration how I did this one, really fast at the end, so you'll be able to see how we use, it's all the same. So I hope you find as many uses for these hearts as I do. You can make a pin back, put a pin back on them. You can group and put them on a garment or a handbag. You can group them in any way on top of a cover of a journal. You can put a stick pin behind or a paper clip behind, and use that as a page holder. So many uses to these. You can, this is a fun one too, you can sew these two together and put a little weighted object in the middle and hang it like a pendant. I hope you find these useful to you. Hope you find these easy to make and fun to use. This is a floss weight craft yarn. I'm doing my 4 chains, connecting it to make a circle, chain 3. Now I'm doing the 3 treble crochets into the circle, and then the 3 double crochets come next. So we've got half the heart almost done. Now I'm coming to the tip. That's a treble crochet, and now I'm going to form that little picot. Chain 1, 3 double crochet into the circle again, 3 treble crochets into the circle, and just as we started with chain 3, we're ending with chain 3 and a slip stitch in the center, and then a second slip stitch, and we have a beautiful little heart. Now I'm going to weave in the ends so that we can close up that circle. Very easy. These are fun. The regular floss separates a lot, so it can be a bear to work with. You may want to start with the craft weight floss, like what you make friendship bracelets with. It's just easier. And here I'm closing up that hole, and like any crochet, you got to scooch it and play with it to make it the shape you want exactly. And here we are. Well, I hope you enjoyed the change of heart video. How wonderful these little hearts turned out. They're so useful. And if you like this sort of thing, please hit the subscribe button. Please share with friends. Please give me a thumbs up. And most of all, please stay safe, stay smart, stay healthy, and see you next time. Bye for now.